Yeah, I love it when it's quiet, when it's completely no sound at all sometimes. And also I can't see anything, no light, when it's all dark, you know, and I can focus more, if you sort of mean. There's no distractions, no, hopefully no noise going past, if you sort of mean, distracting me. And I find that's one thing that people are struggling with all over.
Yeah.
In many different places, they're struggling to even get that moment where it's completely quiet, so they can really go into nice meditation, you know. I mean, you really need a soundproof room or something in your house if you really, really want to get, you know, have that peace. That's what I'm thinking about doing, you know. You know, even you can hear it now, cars going past, and that's with my windows closed.
Yeah.
And I find it very stressful in a kind of way, you know, where, like I say, I was talking about the pub, you know, that wakes me up every Thursday. They woke me up this Thursday.
Okay, this in the morning,
early,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And you know, I shut my window, you know, I can still hear them, you know.
Yeah.
And it annoys me, you know, and I think it would annoy anyone.
Well, especially like if you're trying to sleep and you're actually got the you know, you're able to lay in bed and stay asleep, then it's annoying, isn't it?
Well, imagine if they didn't, you know, didn't make any noise. I mean, when I did my removals, I wasn't noisy like that. I was really quiet.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they need to make that much noise. I mean, I know that if I was doing their job,
Yeah.
I'd be a lot more quieter.
Yeah, a lot more conscientious, as they would say,
Exactly.
of other people.
You know, some people are not, and some people are, if you see what I mean. They don't, I don't know. I think, it's, you know, we're on loading lorry, people will
accept it,
you know. And we can make as much noise as we want, and we're allowed to swear.
Well, in all honesty, right, mate, even sometimes, I can't remember, like, most nights that I leave here, yeah, obviously it's usually quite late, it's usually sometimes like 1 o'clock in the morning, yeah. And there's many times that I've been walking going home, right? Obviously I don't live far away, I'm only 5-10 minutes at the most walk home. But just on the corner there, by Superdrug, and what's the other one? The other pizza one, Papa John's.
Oh yeah.
There's a truck that's delivering stuff there at that time in the morning all the time. Yeah, every time I go home anyway, I see it there. And they're making a hell of a noise, you know what I mean? The guy's using like the thing on the back of the truck to go up and down with the trolleys. Yeah, and the trolleys.
Yeah, all the beams going
and
on.
rolling out the trolleys onto it and holding onto it while it comes down and delivering the stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, God, those poor people that must live above the shops there, all along that road there, you see what I mean, on both sides, must hear that.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's quite a lot of people that live above the shops, aren't they? In their little flats above the shops. They must get disturbed constantly by that.
Oh, sometimes
that's crazy.
I'm laying in my bed, you know, say 5 o'clock in the morning, I get woken up by a lorry, just come up, because I live near a junction, you know, and I'm on the 2nd floor up, and there's a lorry sort of like parked there or something, you know, and it's got this beeping on, you know, sort of saying, I'm turning left, turning right, do you know what I mean, things like this, you know, I get all kinds of things, it's a nightmare, and so I feel like it's getting worse. Every year it's getting worse, because all these electronic gadgets that they're putting on vans for health and safety reasons, you know, to stop people getting run over, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
safety.
These emergency beepers they put on, you know, quite loud sometimes, you know, and also talking vehicles, sort of saying, this vehicle's turning left.
Yeah.
Or this vehicle's turning, you know, I'm reversing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's tremendous, really, that a lot of people, you know, getting woken up by this in a kind of way, you know. I mean, even the railway, that I'm only 5 minutes away from the train station, and sometimes I was getting a letter every week, you know, because they're doing railway work, and they might make a lot of noise, sorry for disturbance, you know, and sometimes it really did keep me awake. It's really loud, audible. You know, they were using big machinery, you know what I mean? And, you know, as long as they give you a card for the door, you can't do nothing about it.
There's nothing you can do about it now.
You know, you've got to put up with it, you know, and like I say, sleep is so important for everyone. It will will make you ill if
Yeah.
you don't get enough sleep.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. They make people break down. You know.
Yeah, it does.
And if you're the type of person too that you don't get a lot of sleep, you got to make sure you look after yourself even better. You got to be eating well, you know, making sure you're hydrated and eating well and taking your vitamins and all that type of shit. You know, otherwise you will get broken down. You know, you got to find a way somehow to kind of like counterbalance not getting enough rest and not, you know.
I think every day is a battle, isn't it? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because we're all battling. We don't want to get the flu.
Yeah.
None of us.
None of us.
That'll weaken us. You know, it's like being shot up by a gun, isn't it? Almost getting the flu, especially these days. You know, with what's going on. Thank goodness I've not had a flu for a long time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, I've come down with a toothache a couple of days. You know, that's kind of ruining my life a little bit. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, these things do. And we're all fighting every day, aren't we? You know, for food, for peace. I think not all of us. You know, some people. I think they love noise. Some people love it, don't they? You know, personally, like for instance, fireworks.
Yeah.
Which they've been going off quite a lot this lately, and I think they're getting really louder as well. You know, because they're getting more
advanced
with their firework technology, basically.
Yeah.
And I find it quite just no animal or bird likes it, by the way. It's only some people that. I heard someone going off the other day, you know, and they're really, really
that was good for Guy Fawkes, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know, you know, and it's really quite loud, whatever, you know, and I thought, someone phone the police, someone's getting shot, you know, what's going on here, you know, why are you allowed to make noise like that when it's disturbing a lot of people? A lot of people don't like it.
Yeah.
That's the truth, a lot of people are, you know, you know, what can we do about it, you know, and why isn't there anything done about it, or why are people allowed to celebrate?
Well, I guess when they have certain things that are going on throughout certain times of the year, the authorities kind of see it as permissible and allow it, if you see what I mean, because like Guy Fawkes, say for example, and New Year's Eve usually, and New Year's Day even sometimes, people usually have fireworks, don't they?
For their children, or do you think people do it for their children?
I think sometimes as well, some people do it, exactly, the ones that do it in their back garden and that type of stuff, like at home, like I've got like a big back garden and they can do it at the end of their garden and, you know, keep everyone away from it, but obviously do it, you know, still be showing them what's going on at the same time, and, you know, it's quite
they don't pick up their litter, do they?
True.
Like with their rockets, you know, they don't sort of like next day go around picking up all their litter, you know. I think it's, again, you know, I just think it's, do I like fireworks? I can see why people like them a little bit, but I wish they, you know, again, I just find them disturbing all the birds, animals. Yeah. Some birds and animals actually die, honestly, of shock if they hear something like that. You know, like mice, for instance, they've got quite sensitive hearts, and they can die of of noise. You know, something going bang, and they would die of a heart attack. Some animals and birds. Yeah. I think. You know, so I do find that we are living in a very, like I say, the engine was invented maybe about 125 years ago. You know, and it's everywhere now, isn't it? Absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You know, so we're living in a very noisy world today.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to get peace and quiet. Hard to find silence, you know. Yeah. Amongst the crowd, as they say.
I think if you're well off, you know, if you've got enough money, you can go and buy a house in the countryside. If you so, I mean, I think that's what a lot of people do.
But personally, like, I feel conflicted too, though, mate, because as much as that sounds nice, sometimes I think to myself, would I want to be so far removed from everything?
I think I think I would. I mean, if I was well off, okay, because I can hear squeaks and everything. But if I was well off, alright, I'd go and buy somewhere in the countryside. And today, in this modern day, you can just get everything delivered to you.
Yeah, True. Yeah. True.
You know, you can live quite a luxury life. You know, and get things all delivered to you today. You know, so I would choose to live in a quieter place, that's for sure, because I feel like I'd be able to meditate to my full. You know, I just feel like it's been. You know, I do meditate, okay, and I do get a lot more time to meditate than most people.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But as I say, I find where I'm living is very disturbing me. You know, it wakes me up a lot. I don't. I mean, sometimes I get a good night's sleep, but it's not often. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like some people even live in noisier places than I do. I know this. You know, in noisier sort of cities. You know, I mean, this is not the noisiest city. I know this. You know, it's quite a. There's not. I mean, I think there's about 20,000 people in this population here.
Yeah.
Maybe 22,000.
Yeah.
You know, so there's not really a lot of people in it. It's not really a massive town.
No. Yeah.
Not compared to sort of like London or something. You know. I mean, I can't imagine living there. You know, in you know, sort of the main city.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, New Milton's just a little town, really, isn't it? Like you said, there's probably not that many people. You know, it's like even there's probably imagine the difference between New Milton and Bournemouth or Southampton, even not even a London, but just a smaller city like a Southampton or Bournemouth, or if you see what I mean. There's so many people, if you see what I mean, in comparison to our little town. If you see what I mean, you know, it's
I mean, Southampton's a lot bigger.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's a lot noisier there as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know, the docks, you can hear the noise night and day there. It's buzzing. You can hear a buzz.
Yeah.
Even in the far distance, you know. It's noise pollution. And I think it's, you know, a big thing. It really is. Like I say, it's, you know, I googled it the other day, funny enough, and it's killing nature off. Noise is killing nature off, as well as road traffic as well, you know, sort of hitting the animals, but just noise itself, you know, where humans are noisy.
True. Yeah.
They're very noisy, if that's me.
Yeah.
You know, I do wish that sometimes the engine wasn't invented. I think it's made this world a lot easier for everyone.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's why we can get things delivered to our door today. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
But I just think like what we do to our world. You know. We're all, you know, because I think, like I said, the hedgehogs are going extinct. I think the rabbits will, you know, and I think like in another 100 years' time, there's not going to be humans. The only thing going to be left, maybe. Or maybe humans will go extinct.
Maybe you just read my mind. I was just gonna say maybe
because we wouldn't have no animals to eat, if you see what I mean, because we've killed them all. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I can see it. I can really see it. You know, sort of like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
It was peaceful.
Yeah.
There was only a few cars on the road. If you see what I mean. I think I'd only see about 10 in one day.
Yeah.
When I was about 10 years old.
Okay.
10 cars.
Yeah.
Then slowly in time, each year it's just grown, you know.
Yeah.
You know, then TV coming in about the same time, funny enough.
Yeah. It's a funny world we live in, mate.
It is. And even TV, it's a distraction.
Yeah. But it's the human evolution at the same time, you know. We're living in an age that didn't exist before right now, you see what I mean? We're living in the most technologically advanced age we've ever been at, in terms of like technology and internet and all these different types of things, if you see what I mean. You know, we're more advanced than ever before, so there's pros and cons, you know. Some machinery and, you know, think about all the jobs today, like, okay, if half the factories that we got, half the factories, let's just say in the UK, for example, right? If half the factories in the UK close down tomorrow, that would significantly affect, if you see what I mean, like food, like production of everything, clothes, food, you name it, there would be an impact, if you see what I mean. There would be a hell of a lot less being produced and manufactured and supplied to the supermarkets for people to be able to buy and consume and all this
So
other
I think,
shit.
like for instance, electricity. You know, if that went,
Yeah.
that disable.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah. Everything. Everything. Yeah.
In a big way.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
So before they invented the motor engine, you know, we basically used to be, most of us used to be farmers.
Yeah.
A bit, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
It used to be more like horse and car back then, didn't it, you know?
Yeah.
But then the engine, which has made life a lot easier for everyone,
Yeah.
I feel. But, you know, people today, a lot of people are not really doing exercise so much, I don't think, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a choice really, exercise sometimes, isn't it?
It is, yeah. For some people, it's true. Because, like you said, some people might have a desk job where they're literally sat at the desk for like, you know, 8-9 hours a day.
But they might come home and think, right, I better go to gym for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah. But then you also get the people that might be sitting down all day, and then we'll get home from work and we'll sit down and have dinner and sit down again.
Yeah.
For a while and watch television while they're eating again, sitting down again, and then they go to bed. So they're literally not getting any real form of exercise. Like even my job, right? My job is fairly physical because I help people every day. Sometimes I have to help people move, lift, all sorts of shit. I'm doing all, you know, it's fairly physical. But my main physical part of my job is walking. If you see what I mean, I'm on my feet for 12 hours a day, and I'm not just standing up, but I'm constantly on the move, kind of thing. If you see what I mean, I must do miles in the place that I work every day. Honestly, I must walk miles in that place every single day. You know, up and down for 12 hours a day. You know, doing different things. You know, helping different people, whatever. So I get a lot of cardio, you know. But yeah, even that's something, you know. I'm still, you know, helps me stay fit, you know, keeps me, you know. It's nice to be able to sit down and meditate.
I mean, when you get older, as you get older, you do tend to sleep more, don't you?
Yeah, or less.
I don't know.
I remember my nan in her 90s, say for example, when she was in her 90s, she used to always say to me she struggled to always sleep. If you see what I mean, you know, you know.
I thought my granddad used to sleep sort of like quite a lot.
Okay.
You know, maybe I'm wrong. You know, I just sort of see older people sleeping a lot more.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say they tend to have more naps and stuff. That's for sure, during the day and stuff like that. They might doze off for half an hour here, half an hour there. If you see what I mean, like little cat naps kind of thing, you know. Kind of like when you're a baby in a way.
No, that's why I'm sort of lucky, I feel, today, you know, because I don't work and I just sleep when I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what does sleep do? It recovers you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just like food, really, that recovers you, doesn't it? And drink. But sleep's very, very important, I think, you know. So I just wish we lived in a more peaceful world today. If you sort of mean more, you know, maybe I wish that there weren't no engines, you know. If you sort of mean, like I say, we are destroying nature year by year. You know, you'd have to Google it, alright, and just find out how many birds die each year in Britain. And it was shocking.
Yeah, it's true.
And then people as well dying each year. They don't tell you.
No, of course not.
They're not telling you.
And I think even if people were aware of the statistics properly, they wouldn't care even as well too, because you know, people prefer the convenience over, if you see what I mean, over having to make a change. Let's be honest. Most people would choose the convenience over making a change. Let's be honest, if you see what I mean.
Well, like go for convenience rather than seeing lots and lots of birds in the sky like they used to be.
Correct, yeah.
You know, make all the birds go extinct.
Because the sad reality is that a lot of people don't care, or they're so self-absorbed, if you see what I mean. The only thing that matters to them in their world and their universe is them.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So as long as it's not affecting them directly or indirectly, They don't care. All it is a lack of empathy, if you see what I mean, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's life, I suppose.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Man so happens, like I say, they're quite intelligent beings, you know, we've got hands. And we, every century that goes by, we invent something, if you sort of mean.
Yeah, it's true.
Here we are today, if you sort of mean, full of many inventions. The computer, the internet, you know, it's quite one of the newest ones, isn't it? You know, but I find it one of the most incredible, you know, how far man's actually gone, you know, actually sort of coming up with the idea of inventing the memory itself, you know, because that's what the computer is, memory.
Yeah.
You know, so somebody's actually somehow with that silicon chip can memorise, just like our minds can memorise too.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's true.
And what are they going to come up with next? That's the thing.
I think every day they're continuously working on newer technology, aren't they? You know, the next best thing to come. You know, the next most innovative, you know, creation. You know, that's going to wow the public and have everyone, you know, spending loads of money on it. You know, because essentially, the reality is, right, that as great as the advancement of technology is, right, there is a capitalist agenda behind it. At the end of the day, too. You know, the whole idea is to sell people as much stuff as possible, if you see what I mean. It's like consumerism, you know, they are trying to, they're continuously bombarded. It's like people, that's why people that watch televisions and shit, you think about how many ads you get exposed to watching TV every single day, or even YouTube and stuff like this, like, and these things over time, people see things so many times, they eventually click on it. If you see what I mean, and end up buying something, or you know, whatever. It's that's just the way it works. If you see what I mean, it's capitalism. You know, they will market you to death. If you see what I mean, and make you buy loads of shit that you don't really need in reality. You know, so yeah.
I mean, I used to get block ad. What was it?
Oh yeah, ad blocker.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but now they've kind of like getting, you know, stopping that now. You know. And now you got to kind of like get a pay for YouTube to stop the adverts. If you
to have like the premium subscription.
You know, I'd rather have the adverts because I just sort of skip them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I don't even watch them.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to them. You know, I just quickly skip it.
Yeah. Same to me too. Yeah. Same. Yeah.
I don't, not one advert. I mean, I don't watch TV anymore. You know, sort of like my mum. Parents do, you know, they watch TV.
Yeah.
And they see the adverts on TV still and that, you know, but I don't live in that world anymore, you know. I really, since the computer come in and YouTube and that, I kind of love that world a lot more. That's I mean, the thing is, people are kind of giving up their TV licenses today.
Yeah, true.
And jumping into YouTube now.
Yeah.
Because I think it's more... It's a better world, you know, you can make comments on the post and all that, do you know what I mean? That's what I like about it, you know.
Yeah.
So, it's a new world really, isn't it? YouTube.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I don't know how old it is.
Well, I think YouTube originally started in 2005, I think. So it has been around for a while now, if you think about it, because like, you know.
They're still young.
Yeah. Because
like
I was going to say, I remember like in the Caribbean, like getting dial-up connection, that was like late 19, I think I was around like 98, 99.
Yeah.
Because I remember my mum having a computer called Windows 98.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean. And I think that's when like dial-up connection kind of like first kind of came to the Caribbean. I don't know what year it kind of like came into existence in the UK and like America and these kind of places. Probably a little bit before the Caribbean. But yeah, I remember my mum being at work, like the place she used to work, they had a computer which was Windows 98, and it was all dial-up connection where you had to plug it in, and you know, I mean, that noise when you're connecting it, you know, yeah, that noise, yeah, and then eventually, yeah, like static. And then eventually it'd be connected, and then it'd be, it was really slow back then, like I remember using the computer to play like solitaire, and those kind of games back then, because to me that was the only thing that was worthwhile doing, like trying to use the internet back in those times was like a task. Like you'd sit there for like 15 minutes waiting for a page to open, finally get it to open, and then it'd take another 10 minutes to open that next page that you want to try and get to, and then you'd be there, it was just, it was a task. Like by the time you've done one thing on the internet, it'd be like 45 minutes has passed, if you see what I mean, in total. Especially like if you're trying to send an email or something, you know what I mean? And then, it's, it was...
Yeah, they're a lot faster today, that's for sure.
Times have changed, it's pros and cons.
So, I mean, that's another thing we've all got to learn about today, isn't it? Or a lot of us have, computers.
Yeah.
And we've got to learn about phones, really, mobile phones, and charge them up every day, and put them in your pocket. It's another thing we've got to carry, isn't it, in a kind of way, every day of our life, So,
yeah, it's true.
I mean, I don't really use my mobile much, actually. I've got one, just to phone some people up I know, like my mum and that, do you know what I mean? That's it, and I don't really take it out much. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be one of these people that, it takes over my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, mate, before we wrap it up and call it a night for this week's episode, any final words, any closing statements, anything you want to leave with the people at all in regards to meditation?
Yeah, I'm glad we're finishing now because I'm getting quite tired.
I know.
Very tired.
Yeah.
I just sort of like, all I'm going to say really is meditation is very important. And I'd say, you need to meditate at least a good hour each day. Yeah.
If possible, of course,
And then you need a proper sleep as well.
Yeah.
A proper sleep, which is difficult to get these days, I think. You need to get these ear muffs, so
yeah.
That's maybe what I need to get, really, something like that, so that I don't get disturbed anymore like I have, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. Some earplugs.
Yeah.
Put them in just before you go to bed.
So I've got to buy some of them.
Yeah.
Pay for my peace.
It's true.
But yeah, I'm be honest, I'm very tired.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've had a bit of a toothache today and right now, actually. And you can't really enjoy life as much. I don't really I don't feel like being me at the moment.
Yeah.
I just feel like going to sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm not in pain anymore. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not. I've not had the best day today. Do you know what I mean? Or I'm not being the happiest I can be because I'm in pain today.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this week's episode all about meditation, and we'll be back again next week with a brand new episode, so please stay tuned for that. We are the Philosophy Podcast. Good night, God bless, one love, yeah.